every motherfucking birthday.
Oh, it's Friday.
Wow. It's Friday.
It is Friday. Hot Boy Shane, Cannibal Gypsy Mike G, Steven Seagal is back. We are reviewing
And better
Black
than ever?
Hawk Dawn.
Black Dawn.
Black Hawk Dawn.
Dawn, yes. So what was the last Seagal we did? Was it China Salesman or Sniper Special?
Sniper.
Okay.
It was
So
Sniper.
the RVD vehicle.
yes, I'm going to say this is a step up from those two.
I am not. I'm going to say Sniper was better and anything was better than China Salesman. So
Yes. Well,
That's my thoughts.
I mean, all right. So this is the thing. You got, I'm gonna snatch every motherfucking birthday. Then you got, are you really as good as everyone says you are every once in a while? And now this one throws in the new one. You know, you could call me whatever you want. The Wizard of the 3-Night Stand.
He says something right after that that's super funny. I can't remember though.
That whole scene at the end of this movie is hilarious, and I'm almost positive he butchers the line. I think he meant to say the master of the 3-Night Stand.
Because that's what she says
herself. She says the master of the 3-Night Stand. I think he messed up the line.
So you're saying she wouldn't mess up, but he would?
Correct.
I completely disagree.
You think she messed up and not him?
You think Seagal's fucking...
Messing up lines 100%. I think he messes up a lot of things.
Dude, this movie especially, he really mails it in for this one.
Are you saying he didn't mail it in Sniper Special Ops where he just sat in a chair the entire movie?
Oh, Shane, best point you've made on this show. He sits in a chair that whole movie. But did you guys notice the ending scene where he walks away?
I literally love that scene so fucking much.
It's so obviously not him. He can't even do a fucking walk away scene, dude. Do you know back in the day, like those movies where you see like 3 kids stacked in a trench coat to make like an adult? That's what his body double looks like.
His body double was wearing the most, like he was basically wearing like curtains for an entire house, like an entire wall-to-wall windowed curtains.
Bro, you said this. Seagal is wearing really baggy shit.
Baggiest clothes of all time.
I think this is when he started to put on that like Seagal weight we all know and love.
What does this scene have to do with anything?
Where the guy gets shot in the park.
And they keep repeating the same line over and over.
I am not a slave or something like that. We'll all die slaves or something.
Who are these people?
Let me explain that after one more thing about Seagal. You know how we're talking about him being lazy?
He's so
his
fucking
fight
lazy.
Scenes in this movie, he doesn't fight. It's all just his hands doing things.
Yeah, he
and then
moves
people
like
fall down.
he's a shifter. He's shifting.
All right, now for me to explain the
hold on.
entire plot of this movie for you guys. It's my favorite part of doing Seagal movies.
Hold on, I'm gonna see what I have in my wallet.
Yeah, I'm not
and
gonna
if
lie
you do
to
it,
you.
I'm gonna hand you money.
Yeah, and you deserve it because, in my opinion, this is one of his worst movies by far.
Yeah, okay.
In
So
my
it
opinion.
makes absolutely no sense, but I'm going to make sense of it. The guy, the guy at the opening of this movie
$5
is a Russian like spy or a Russian like terrorist. The CIA kills that man here as a sniper. Then that group of 4 people wants to get the plutonium to blow up a city in the U.S. to get revenge for killing that guy. Now, Seagal is freeing a different party from jail. That guy is the head of a mafia group that is selling the plutonium to the terrorist group. Now, there is a scientist that is a middleman that is getting the plutonium from a facility to give to the mafia to give to the terrorists. Now, Seagal is a secret double, triple, quadruple agent that works for multiple factions, but we don't know which one. Now, my question becomes, why at the end of the movie is the head of the CIA the villain? That part I cannot explain.
Yeah, and it's unexplainable too because he not only, and you did a great job of explaining the plot of the movie, by the way, but he kills the terrorists,
Yes.
and then says we need to blow this building up.
Makes
anyway.
absolutely no sense.
I am with you. In the middle of the movie, Seagal, when he finds out that Greer's even involved, starts investigating him because Seagal, like you said, he's carrying out because he's a part of one of the. He says one of the 4 columns.
Makes no sense. Also,
one of 4 columns he's involved in that's very discreet when he's talking to the girl. But he pivots from his mission. His
Yes.
mission was basically just to free that one guy, and he gets a little deeper with the org while they're transferring and making deals for the plutonium. And then all of a sudden, when he finds out that Greer's involved, then he's just like, "Oh, I'm on board now," and pivots his mission.
Hey, can I be honest real quick?
Yes.
I have no idea what anything you guys are talking about.
Well, Shane did a really good job of
Do
explaining
you want this 5 though?
No,
I'll give
no,
it to you.
I was kidding about taking your money, but
Okay.
because there's seriously, even though I explained it, there's still like, what are these 4 secret pillars of government? That
Don't
Seagal was,
explain 'em.
What
Yeah.
what was Seagal's actual mission? Because like you said, and like what you said makes sense. If his whole mission was just to get the terrorist out, but then he pivots his mission, why was his mission to get a terrorist out?
Yeah, and
That makes no sense.
And then he mentioned that there's 2 people above him and 2 people below him that work for him in this secret part. He said it's like an immoral section of like some kind of special agent force that he's involved in, because he's literally aiding and abetting the terrorists, but also probably has a mission to, at the end of them, get them at some point. But he's involved with it. And it's very evident because one time when he notices another terrorist kill an innocent person, or that one guy that
yes
make the exchange, he kills him, and he's like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
So he does have some kind of morality there, but is involved in like all of these transactions.
Like, who the fuck are these people?
Okay, yeah, this scene made no sense too. This opening scene where they like steal a briefcase.
Yeah, this is one of the terrorist ladies that kills them for the briefcase.
What's in that briefcase? Though?
Is that diamonds?
Oh, you're right. That's when they're gathering diamonds.
Yeah, they're getting money in diamonds.
Yeah, that Brian's right. It's all part of the diamond subplot.
Dude, there's just so many things thrown in here.
That's what I'm saying.
No, Shane did a really good job of explaining it.
I can't believe you.
There's just so many things in here that are just glossed over.
Yes.
And Greer's the biggest one. I agree.
Well,
Greer's the biggest one.
How do you make the head of the CIA the main villain and not make clear what his motives are? I don't know. Like, what does Greer gain from blowing up a city in the U.S.? They don't explain it.
And you kind of know Greer is shady from the beginning. There's the one part where Greer is with the girl, and they discover Seagal is involved after 6 years of fleeting. Because the last thing that they knew was that Seagal left the CIA and killed 6 agents.
Yes.
So it's been like years since they've seen him, and now he's here, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And Greer is ready to shoot him, and then the girl goes with Greer as they're leaving, and she's like, "Are you really gonna trust this guy?" And then he just starts shooting Seagal. Like, he just starts shooting him, so you know he's fucking shady.
There's way too much. For my like big dumb idiot brain, there's way too much going on.
But
in
no, this
movie.
is the thing. I actually feel like if you're smart, it still doesn't make sense. Like, there's nothing.
Now, did you watch this with Patricia Smith?
Yeah, I actually watched this with my entire family.
What did they think of it?
So here's the thing. It's one of those things where it's like, we're not liking the movie. My family has just bought into the Seagal meme.
Glenn's a big Seagal guy. I could tell.
No, my dad unironically likes Seagal.
Yeah.
So does my father. Correct.
But like my mom and my brother are like, yo, Seagal is fucking nuts. Let's keep watching these Seagal movies.
My favorite part about Seagal, no matter what's going on, no matter what the situation, 2 things never change. His facial expression. He could be in a shootout. His face stays the same, and his fucking tone of voice.
His candor.
He has no different octaves.
No.
He stays the same all the time.
He has these 2 people assisting him. You don't see these fucking 2 people until the end of the movie.
It's absurd.
He gives them a little team speech at the end. You never see them throughout the movie.
And don't they instantly die?
Yeah, they get shot in
In the hallway.
Yep.
Instantly.
I love this scene where he plays a doctor.
Oh, yeah.
The doctor's like, you put it in the wrong vein. He goes, I got this.
This is actually the most different I've ever seen Seagal in a movie. I actually want to watch a movie where Seagal just plays a doctor, like a serious doctor.
Yeah. So this is where he goes to get the terrorist brother out, right? Like he goes in there.
He clearly is not a doctor.
And then that security guard, he's like, wait, you're not a doctor. And he throws him out of the ambulance.
I'm actually like looking right now through Seagal's like filmography to see if this is like part of a series, like a Jonathan Cold series or something. Like maybe we're missing like context clues.
His name in this movie is Jonathan Cold.
It is.
Yeah.
That is so fucking cool.
Wait, didn't you Wait, there's a movie 2 years prior to this where he plays Jonathan Cold called The Foreigner. Is
There you
this
go.
a sequel?
If it is, that's sick, and we got to watch the first one.
A freelance agent must transport a package for a mysterious employer, leading him into a web of betrayal and deceit.
Does it have the same director?
It sounds like this movie.
Let's see. Who direct? This is by Michael Oblitz. Oblitz?
Even if it doesn't, though.
Let me see.
Like now we got to watch.
Old bullets.
Now we got to watch this, dude. I
Yeah.
can't believe this.
No, it's different directors, but we do have to watch The Foreigner now
It
because
would make a little bit more sense. And it probably. I wonder if they lead up to the 6 years before he kills CIA agents.
maybe he kills the CIA agents at the end of The Foreigner. But
They did show like a flashback of how
They
we did it
did,
in this movie briefly,
yes.
and it doesn't tell you absolutely anything.
because you don't know who he's shooting.
Yep.
Interesting.
I love this. I was like, we need to transport him. Like, we do not have the means to transport. And they're like, I forgot what. Didn't they check like his heart rate is up to like?
Oh, it was absurd. It was absurd. Oh my
He's like,
god.
no, we don't have the facilities to maintain this. The bullshit to get him out of the building and into the ambulance.
Do we ever review a good Seagal movie like Above the Law or Under Siege, or do we just keep doing later
No,
Seagals?
those are too good.
They are.
Wait, what year is this one?
05.
5. Wow.
Like his good, like
Under Siege is solid.
legitimately, Seagal's first 5 movies are actually very good. Like he did Above the Law, Hard to Kill, Marked for Death, Out for Justice, Under Siege. Actually, 5 good movies.
Yeah.
But I think that's because he was trying to be an actor at the time.
Right. He wasn't established.
And then after Under Siege, I think he realized he was established. And, then it just went downhill.
He literally just does whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? There's so many. There's so many movies.
I
I don't want.
we haven't even gotten to Pistol Whipped yet.
I don't want good Seagal. I want.
Well,
Yeah.
so we have to do Maximum Conviction at some point because Maximum Conviction, I believe, is Seagal and Steve Austin.
And that is
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
Holy
Because
shit.
Stone Cold's in a lot of action movies too.
He is.
My dad's favorite actor besides Dean Ambrose.
I still think my favorite Seagal we did was A Good Man.
Probably.
A
It's
Good
classic.
Man was so
I
funny.
love that. I love Against the Dark where he plays Tal. You barely see him.
All right, so let's like in this movie, like so we haven't mentioned there's like a girl and a guy that are like doing their own like surveillance on
They're
this.
CIA.
They are CIA, different branch of CIA.
Yeah.
And like her partner just gets randomly shot by other CIA agents.
Yes.
So like
They don't even describe those two guys like at all. I'm assuming they're working for Greer.
That's what I
but
thought, too.
Because Greer hops in at the end, and then they just afterwards all kind of get gunned down.
So, I mean, I don't know, because it's the CIA, so no one really knows. But is that how the actual CIA operates, where there's different CIAs that don't know they're CIA?
Like different branches.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the
I'm
Collins
sure.
is talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I wonder if that's how it really does operate.
Did you guys notice in this scene he has a McDonald's empty McDonald's?
There's McDonald's everywhere in this vehicle.
It's
And I
fucking
actually
so-
assume that is
so
Steven
funny.
Seagal's diet. Because, all right, so Steven Seagal's not fat yet. Like, in like 3 years, though, that man gains like 100 pounds.
You think he's pushing 4 by like 4 bills by the like his?
I wouldn't say 4, but you know he's at least
He's a
like
fucking-
320
he's
in
a
some
big-
of those later
he's a
He's
movies.
also
big
tall. He's
guy.
a tall guy.
Yeah. I think it's Sniper Special Ops when he sits down, his fucking bulletproof vest is like bulging out.
Yeah. That shit was definitely custom made.
It had to be.
I want, dude. I say this all the time. I need to know how much he makes per.
Well,
You probably could find it somewhere,
Yeah.
maybe.
I
Or
mean,
like
but-
what his fucking.
So this is the thing in his later movies. That's his own production company.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I mean, he's probably pocketing like a lot of money. He's also a dojo master. He's trained in Aikido.
Yeah, he's like the Aikido king.
Yeah.
That's the whole art of smacking air and having people fly. Yeah, because this is the part of the movie where they're just like seeing, and they see Jonathan Cole. They're like, what the fuck does Jonathan Cole have to do with these terrorists?
Yeah.
Because he freed him, and now he's bringing him back to his brother who hired him.
And the one brother never trusts him, and the other brother
And
does.
so this is basically like they don't trust him. The brother doesn't trust him. The guy that freed him does. Like, why would he free him? And we should not. We should now trust him because he did free him. In any case, they're making a deal with another guy for codes
yes.
to a bomb. I think
Yes.
that's what they're doing.
Yes.
And then that doesn't go well. That goes awry.
They get the codes, but they just kill the guy afterwards.
And that's the guy I was talking
Yeah.
about. That's where like you know that Steven Seagal was somewhat moral because he's killed by the brother, and Steven Seagal's like, why would you kill this man after he gave you everything? Because they just don't want to. They want to end and close all ties. And then I think that was the turn in Steven Seagal's head where he's like, all right, well now I gotta like help. Yeah, I gotta stop these guys.
When they eventually are trying to trade like diamonds for code, there's a shootout.
Yes.
And like pretty much every character dies in that scene.
The brother he rescued dies.
Yeah. Most of the terrorists except the couple die.
Correct. Yep.
And
I'll tell you what, though.
Nikolai and the couple.
Good-looking group of terrorists in this movie.
Yeah, Mike said
yeah,
that.
they did. It's weird.
Good-looking cast
It's a
here.
hot group of terrorists.
Yeah.
Which is like a sentence I never thought I would want to say in my life.
Like the one terrorist chick.
Are you talking about the terrorist or the terrorista?
The terrorista, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like she's pretty sweet.
Well, I know where Mike's going to end up in a terrorist faction just to get Poon. Pootie Tang. Whenever we're reviewing Pootie Tang.
Say you chopping heads for Boone.
Mike, I can see Mike doing that.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't, and this is the thing. I don't know how long we've been talking about this movie, but I don't know what else to talk about this movie.
I have no idea what's going on at all.
It's all like crossings and double crossings, and there's so many people involved. I guess we could get to the point now where now they know that Jonathan Cold is
Good?
involved. He's good.
Yeah.
Now he starts working with the girl.
Yes, because her partner is dead, so she needs a new partner. Her partner somehow, though, like, breathed into a mirror.
How does she discover this?
I don't know.
He breathes into the mirror. She's like, he left me something. And she's like patting down the room and then like discovers it on the mirror.
She's just like, and this is the words. It's like fucking McCabe comes. And she's like, it's Pat McAfee. It was him the whole time.
McCabe.
Some like Saw level shit.
It really was.
So now here's a new character, McCabe. And none of them are deeply described, but McCabe, like you said in your explanation, he's the scientist that has procured the plutonium,
Yes.
and he has it in a hotel where he's keeping it.
Yes, shady motel because there's like guys banging Vietnamese prostitutes in the other room.
Yeah, that is true.
It's that kind of hotel. So eventually they all get to the hotel. There's a shootout. They get Seagal and the girl get the plutonium. So I get confused here, right?
Yeah.
Because the girl has the plutonium.
Yep.
And she's hiding with it. And then the next scene, the terrorist has the plutonium.
I think there's a missing scene because I also don't know how they get the plutonium.
Okay, okay. I wasn't just like missing something.
Did she leave it in the building?
I don't know.
My only guess is that she left it in the building upon escaping with Seagal, and that the terrorists got it because I also don't understand how they got the plutonium.
Don't ask me.
You see them both in the car. She's plutoniumless,
Yeah.
but she has it when she gets it from the inside the mirror.
Yes, it makes no sense. Also, another thing, maybe I might have missed it. How does he kill the other brother? They fight, but doesn't he just punch him? So is he not dead?
Yeah, I don't.
And he just left an alive terrorist in a hotel?
Maybe that's for the sequel.
There is no
I
sequel.
don't think he actually kills the brother.
Yeah. Okay.
Greer, where is Greer from? He seems very familiar.
Mike, you think people from this movie are from other things?
I think the main chick, this girl, has some potential.
She was like one of the better ones in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, she was no
so.
Seagal, but
Nobody is.
I will look up Greer right now. I guess we could talk about how the end of the movie continues to make no sense when they go to the building they're going to blow
Well,
up.
they are going to go to the building, and this is where he gives his little pep talk, Steven Seagal,
Yes.
to his two teammates, all to just go into the building and literally just get shot by terrorists. Or see, I mean, it's a convergence of a lot of people, but yeah. Essentially the terrorists, because they're going to go up towards I think it's like the elevator area.
Yeah.
And essentially they both get shot. It's a terrorist and the terrorist girl. They have like a little kissing love scene, and they both get shot by Greer. This is where you know Greer's the big turn, and then
Well, the dude, he eats that first bullet because then he presses the bomb.
He starts the bomb. But then Seagal shows up, and the bomb has got 5 minutes, but this is the most hilarious part of this movie. He has his little confrontation with Greer.
Oh my God, yeah.
Where Greer's like, oh, I also think we should bomb the building.
Why? Doesn't...
So he shoots Greer.
Yeah.
Greer's dead. Mm-hmm. The bomb is we started at 5 minutes. He meets up with the girl. She's like, let's go all the way up to the helicopter pad. They go up to the helicopter pad. They put the bomb on the helicopter. They get into the helicopter. It's at 4 minutes. In 1 minute, all of that he went all the way to the top of the floor, killed Greer, put the bomb, got up into the helicopter in 1 minute. How am I supposed to believe that?
Seagal's fast.
It literally
Seagal's
is
so
insane.
He's
fast.
super aerodynamic.
It's fucking wild.
Also, just sidebar, Greer was in Yellowstone, the new TV show that is out.
I hear people talking about it. I'm not gonna watch it though.
Other than that, he was in an episode of Criminal Minds, an episode of Law and Order. He was in an episode of Frasier, episode of 24, episode of The Twilight
Keith
Zone.
Sullivan vehicle.
Yeah.
You guys stop saying vehicle.
He's just hopping on different.
Yeah, he just does
He's
like
just TV
one-off
guy.
TV shows, guys. Yeah.
The
So-
ending was very. You probably haven't seen it, but Dark Knight Rises,
yeah.
where fucking Bruce Wayne drives the bomb
Oh, yeah, it was
out
the
over
same
the
thing as this
water is
movie.
literally the same thing.
Yeah, but like Seagal did it better.
Well, they also stole from this movie. This movie came out in 05.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, Dark Knight. I don't know.
Well, no, because the first Dark Knight came out in 08.
Yeah.
Facts.
So this, wait a second.
You
Dark
think
Knight Rises.
Chris Nolan's fucking de-blocking from this fucking movie?
Actually, I
Imagine
do.
that.
What if Chris Nolan is best friends with Seagal and Seagal's like, I got a
Nolan,
great
he,
idea?
at the very least, knows about Seagal.
Well, everyone knows Seagal.
That's true.
Like Steven Seagal is like, it's crazy to say like for a shitty like actor. No, I'm kidding. Steven Seagal's the best. Like everyone knows Seagal. Like you just like if you ask someone about Steven Seagal,
You think
like,
he's respected in Hollywood?
no, didn't like him and like doesn't. I think he is hated by most other like action stars. Like I know Jean-Claude Van Damme and like all those other
Really?
guys like hate him.
Dolph Lundgren?
Probably hates him.
Really?
That's really
Is he a bad
sad.
guy or is it because
He's just not a good guy. I know he got into like a lot of fights with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I think a lot of people say he's not really a martial artist.
I'm gonna put that on Jean-Claude though.
Probably. Well, this is how you sum it up. Has Steven Seagal ever been in The Expendables?
No, was he? I haven't seen it.
I
Any
don't-
of them?
I don't know, actually.
I don't think so. And I mean, every washed-up action stars in The Expendables.
That's true. And they even feel like they launched the future careers of some new action stars. I do know like guys like from the UFC were in it, like Randy Couture.
He was, yeah. He's actually pretty good in that movie. But yeah, that's Black Dawn. Unless you guys have something to add to
Yeah,
it.
no,
I don't.
They have the bomb. She chucks it out with like a minute left. Like a second left into the bottom of the ocean, to making sure it's 1,000 feet. He's like, how deep is that? I'm pretty sure it's so deep. He's like, 1,000 feet, good enough. Chuck it. Chucks it out, blows them up. Their helicopter just like whoa, but
Wow.
Well,
he makes
we
some.
do actually have to talk about the after dinner scene.
But fair, but like he does make a pretty corny joke about like. she manages like, is this going to be a problem? And she goes, well, besides being radioactive.
he does say that.
That
or
one
something-
part
or like
where-
besides shining
Yeah.
for 3 weeks.
where he's trying to get that dude on the computer to like look stuff up for him,
Hilarious.
and he goes, "I need you to use your spooky skills." And I was like, Seagal, you're the fucking
Do you
man.
think he just forgets his lines?
Definitely.
100%,
Line where he's
dude.
like, so where's my bonus? He goes, you're going to leave LA.
Yeah, he like so clearly doesn't give a shit. I'm talking about Seagal.
Yeah.
He just doesn't care. It's so obvious. You know how in like fucking YouTube videos, you're watching a funny video and you go to the comments and there's like, they leave marks on where like the funniest parts are. If you could fucking do the same thing for this movie of parts that aren't fucking absurd, there would be nothing.
no,
This whole fucking movie is so ridiculous.
It's incredibly amazing. God, I don't even know how to say this.
This last scene?
Because these two characters had no, and I mean no,
Like sexual
chemistry.
Yeah.
the entire film.
So there's just like this air of like he was her teacher way back when.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that was hinted at.
And then out of nowhere,
And
he
the
just
last scene, he's like, "No, they're fucking now."
yeah.
Yes. They very much are.
He's like, what do you want to call us? Lovers, people get together.
Concubine.
Concubines.
Yeah.
You want to call me the wizard of the 3-night stand?
What does that mean?
She's like, you are the master of the 3-night stand.
I think it just very simply means they slept together 3 nights in a row.
how do you say it?
Concubine?
That's what that means. A 3-nighter.
Oh, no. I thought you were asking what the Wizard of the 3-Night Stand meant.
No, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Concubine? Let's look it up. It sounds like it's an old-timey word, right?
Sounds like some sort
Concubine is someone you just have that just sleeps with you, like on retainer.
Oh, maybe.
like a fuck buddy.
Yes.
Yeah. Concubine. Meaning. Here we go. Let's have this in my Google history. A woman who lives with a man but has lower status than his wife or wives.
Yo, what the hell?
Concubine.
That's crazy. Why would he say that to her?
Is he secretly married?
I don't know, but I fucking love this scene so much in this movie at the end too, where she's talking to the guy and she's like, "Is he coming with you?" She's like, "Nope, ticket for one." And you just see him walking off.
His body double that's like 2 feet shorter than him.
Yo.
Oh, and this fucking the reason why she's acid. She's like meeting with the fucking president.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's supposed to be with the president for
What?
some reason or another. Well,
What?
I mean, that's Black Dawn.
that's Black Dawn.
We did it.
We got through it.
My goodness.
We're going to get to more Seagal. Maybe not next set of 4, but we'll get there.
Let's not go too long, you know?
Yeah. You don't want to keep hitting all of them. We got to get, I need in my life another Eric Roberts movie.
That's a fact. We were overdue.
Like Eric Roberts is who we need.
Since
What's the last vehicle?
we only did
Megaboa?
Megaboa with him. And he's like, oh, ow, ow, oh, my leg, ow.
Fucking classic shit. Right
Eric
there.
Roberts is so good. We have to do like a talking Halloween puppy or something with him.
Oh my god.
You keep stepping on my cord.
I'm so sorry. All right, well,
Countdown?
yeah, we got to do the countdown.
Oops.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I have to. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
no,
have
not
to.
this one.
I
I'm
have
with
to.
Brian. Like, the more we talked about it, it's a lower end Seagal.
Which is still pretty high end, if you ask me.
I can't. It's just too much going on and it's all unexplained.
I didn't understand a single part of this movie, and I loved it.
So bad.
It's
so bad. But now we're getting back to our roots the next 2 weeks. We're doing
Yeah, we are.
horror.
We're going back to horror.
We're
yeah.
doing horror the next 2 weeks. And both the next 2 weeks, we're getting really sexual. Let's call these sexual horrors.
Yes.
That's
Right.
right down my alley.
Exactly.
Shane, you still want this $5?
No, I'm not going to take your money.
But you did a really good job.
Yeah,
I'm like, super
I
proud of you.
appreciate it. Not going to take your money. Do you like coming?
Sure do.
Good. Because tonight she comes.
That's next Friday's vehicle.
Yes.
Okay.
You like that segue?
It was pretty good. You want this $5 for that?
Sure. So, tonight she comes. But today, we see you next week.
For tonight she comes.
That was fucking crazy.
www.thefinalpodcast.com.
That was the worst outro.
Wheel! See you next Friday.
Give me the 5 back. That was you sick fuck. Maniac.